Hello everyone. Before we get started on today's video, I wanted to give you an update. In part one, I showed you some quilts I'd been working on and I finished 2 of them. I'm still not real happy, so I'm going to be making a 4th one. But I showed you the first one. Here's the second one. It's finished. I just did different lines on this one. The back is the same. And then the third one that I kind of like best is not finished yet, but I've got a lot of the quilting done. And I'm thinking I like this one the best so far. I still have the bottom part to do, and then I have, of course, the binding and all that stuff to do. I'm gonna love this one, I think, but I'm gonna make a 4th one because I'm still not happy, and I want my sister to like it. And the other thing I wanted to tell you is Oscar. Oh, hello, Oscar. Hey. Hey. You wanna say hello to everybody? Get right in your face. The other thing I wanted to tell you guys was, don't forget there's a free workshop out right now. There's going to be a link in the description box. You get 10 videos on one day and 10 videos on the next, and you get 24 hours to watch them. If you upgrade, there will be bonus videos available for you, and you get to keep them for a lifetime. Okay, we've looked around this messy room enough. Let's go start the video. Oscar, you want to come with me? We're going to the room now, to art room. Yeah, back. You're just in everybody's face. Okay, see you in a minute. We're back in the art room, but Allie came to visit. She's always here. She's coming to get Oscar. That's what she's doing. All right, let's start. Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're going to continue on with our Making Papers series. This is the second video that we'll be doing. I think there's going to be 3 because today I didn't do any more making. I just sort of took care of 2 papers that we did in the first video. So if you didn't see that, go look at part 1. I just showed you what I was going to be using. It's just some Crayola kids paint. It's washable, it's neon colors. I don't love it after I get done with it, so we keep going, but I thought, you know, when I first started it would be fine, but the paint is kind of old. So some of it didn't work very well, and I had to water it down more than I would have wanted to. But I plowed on through, and I've got all the colors in that I wanted. And then I changed and did something else. I think that paint is probably 5 or 6 years old. It may be even older than that. So I'm going to put that with my little box of old paint. If you remember a while back, we made some papers, and I think some tags or something with old paint, just trying to use up old paint. It's going to go in that series, because I want to use that up. So I think what I want to do soon is take all this paint that's right here and I'm going to throw it on a heavier sheet of paper and just kind of soak the paper with it. I don't know, that'll be fun. We'll see what happens. So I sped up the video a little bit because I'm just coloring in the flowers right now, and you don't need to see every little flower done. You can tell, but I've got an extra sheet of paper, and it's just printer paper. That's what I'm painting on now. That's what the flowers are done on. I did this with a jelly print pull. I drew on the jelly plate and then pulled it, and I used Posca pen, and that's in the first video. And so now we're just painting in the flowers. But it's just printer paper, cheap printer paper. So it's not like it's gonna be terribly a big waste if nothing turns out good. So, and this paper, you know, it's not my favorite, but that's the whole point. I'm not going to use this paper as it is. I'm going to cut it up or tear it up or fold it up or something. And at the end, I kind of like it. So let's just keep going and see what happens. And I started to tell you, but I got sidetracked on all the other stuff I was talking about. But the printer paper, the other printer paper that you just saw, that's me cleaning off my brush. Like I tell you guys in all my videos, that's how I build other papers to make scraps or cut shapes or whatever out of. I just clean my brush off on another paper, and then I wet my brush and put that paint on the paper and just keep going and going and going until I have more paper. So you can build paper all kinds of ways, and that's one of my favorite ways. We're going to transition to the end of this first round on this paper. I'm finishing up those little blue shapes there and cleaning off my brush, and I'm going to pick up the second paper that's in the stack we made in the last video that I wanted to mess with, and I'm going to let that dry for a little bit. This one, I like this paper, but once it's cut up, it's going to be great, but as a whole piece, it's okay. But I wanted to bring the flowers out a little more, so I took the same paint that I've been working with, the Crayola washable kids paint, neon colors, And I'm just using the yellow paint, and I'm just going to see how I like the flowers being brought out in more of a yellow color and see what happens. This is all trial and error. I have no idea how it's going to turn out. And sometimes things just don't turn out the way you kind of hope they will when you're using the different colors. It turns out to be paper you don't love, but I have found that some of those papers that I didn't love very much were used in projects and they were perfect for the project. So I just keep going, and whether I like it or love it or hate it, it gets used in the long run. So I just thought I'd pick up a pink, and I'm going to add some color into the background of these flowers on this paper, just to kind of outline the flowers. And I tried the paint that I had been using, and I just watered it down and just started putting down color in between the flowers. I don't know. It's not that I like it. It's not that I love it. I don't hate it. It's just there. But it was fun. I really had a good time doing it, so I'm not going to complain. But until you try something, you just don't know. So we tried. So we're further along. We're almost done now. I went ahead and sped through so that you could see the end result. And it's not bad. It brings the flowers out a little bit more. It's still not, not a wow thing, but it's not bad. We are going to go back to the flowers that we just got through working on a minute ago that were drying, and we're going to do some background work on it. So I picked up some watercolors. These are our Artist Loft, I think, and they were on clearance, and I really like working with them. They weren't great for this project. They were okay, but I thought I would give them a try anyway. And I've got a soft brush and some water. I'm not using any special watercolor brush or anything. I don't do that kind of thing. So I'm just going to start putting down color. And I'm even going to paint over the flowers that we painted with the kids paint. But that wasn't a good idea because this kids paint is so old. And it may have done this anyway if it was brand new, but having been old, I think it really didn't help. But it sort of smushed it around and picked it up because it is water soluble, because it's washable, and I used a lot of water in my brush and liquid in the paint, so it just sort of picked up the color. So it wasn't that great. It didn't do a whole good job, but I still kept going because that's who I am. I just keep going, and sometimes it works out. So that's the background, and I'm looking at it thinking, you can see me drop the paper like, I don't like that. No, down. So I'm going to try to doozy up the page with some Posca pens. I think I'll go around the shapes of the flowers and just add some little detail work and see if we can salvage this page enough that I like it to use in my art. I would use this in my art the way it is, but I'd like to get to a point where I'm at least satisfied, not snubbing my nose at it and not loving it or anything like that, but just satisfied. We just want to be satisfied. So I'm just going to start picking up colors that appeal to me and just going around all the shapes again. And I'm not trying to be exact on the shape that I originally drew. I don't mind when it looks offset. In fact, I like it better that way. I really like this set. I like the colors in this set. So I will put a link in the description box where I got them and what they actually are. So at this stage of the game, I've decided that I want to bring the colors out a little bit more, make them a little bit brighter. So, because this one here that I'm working on, it was a total failure. It just, nothing I did to it made it look good. So I'm going to use regular acrylic paint now and just paint in the flowers. And sometimes the paint will kind of show through what I've already done. Sometimes it won't. It'll cover it completely. And I've just decided I'm okay with that. Like I said earlier in the video, I just want to get to the point where I'm satisfied. So here I'm on the last flower. You can see that the colors changed and it's a brighter page and things pop a little bit better. I'm still making my scrap paper off to the side, cleaning off my brush, but I didn't make you watch me paint in all the flowers, but you can see the colors are a lot brighter and I like them better. I'm just painting in the leaves now, and I'm painting them a lighter color. They were darker, and I just thought a lighter color would be more bright and cheerful and pop off the page better. So that's what I'm going to do. So now I'm looking at the paper and I'm deciding what to do next, and I'm liking it better. It's iffy. You see me move my hands back and forth. It's like, we're okay here. And this paper here, I like. I give you the thumbs up on that one. I like that one. So that's my favorite so far, the scrap paper that we're making. So now I'm going to take black Posca pen. One of my favorite things to do is to highlight things with black Posca pen and then go over it with white Posca pen. Sometimes I'll use pencil. On this one I did not, but it brings it out more. It gives it a little bit of interest and kind of highlights what I'm doing, and I just enjoy doing it. So that's what I'm doing right now, is going over it with black. So by the time I get through doing all the black Posca pen, the beginning where I started has dried. So I start going over the black with the white. And that's my favorite part, adding the white Posca pen on top of the black. You can just see it pop off the page a little better, and it brings the shape of the flower out more, and I just really like that. I like the neon pink flower that I'm working on. I used neon pink paint for that one. That might be my favorite. It's kind of tied with the one on the far left that looks kind of rosy pink. I like that one too. And I like this purple one. As the white goes on, you can really see the shape of it. I really like that one too. So this page is turning out better than I had thought that it would. I was thinking that I had totally flopped and made it look terrible, but it's kind of coming around. I mean, it's not the best one I've ever done, but it's not the worst. I've got a couple of mats. I'm going to show you what it looks like if you just section off pieces of your paper. I won't frame this paper at all, but I do like to keep mats on hand just so I can hover around my paper and see what areas I like the best. I need to get a smaller one. I don't have a small one on hand. I could make one, I guess. I like this area up here. It just helps me get an idea of what I like on the paper, what I don't, and if I see an area that I like but it needs a little more, then I can just add more to it. So it gives me a visual of areas that I like and areas that need more work. So by doing this, I just come to the conclusion that little top portion right there, that's my favorite part. And the rest of the page could use a little work, but maybe another time. I'm going to do it on this paper here just as a curious experiment to see if I like it. And I actually do. I like it with the black frame. I think it looks pretty. You could see how pretty it is. Much easier if I could block off around the mat, but I'm not doing that. So I tried with my hands, but it doesn't really work. But I like the white one too. And you could try it with a bigger frame. Just try different sizes, see what you like. Make some of your own out of some cardstock. So in today's video, all we did was take two of the papers that were made in the stack that I'm showing you from the first video and just tweaked them a little bit. I am going to add some dots to the center of these flowers. It made them pop a little bit more. This page, I don't know. I think it needs more work, or maybe once I cut it up, it'll be great. I really don't know. We'll see down the road when I go to use it. I'm going to talk a little bit about what we're going to do in the next video for part 3. These are the papers that we've made so far in part 1, and the part 2 is where I tweaked the last 2 pages you just saw. And I have a bunch of scraps sitting here. These are just strips of paper left over from cuts that I've made when I cut out tags, or I've cut up paper to make a book or something like that, or I wanted the page a certain size and I tore it out. And then I've got some papers that have some paint on it, or some pulls from the jelly plate that are not really finished. They're just cleanups. And what I want to do is get the jelly plate out in our next video, and I'm going to take those strips and I line them up on the plate in such a way that they just cover whatever paint I put on it. I'll show you as we talk. I just line them up like this, and then I pull them, and then I line them up again and pull them, and I just do it over and over till I get what I like. And I've already done some a long time ago. This is what they turned out like. These are the same type of strips that I am going to be using in the next video. And these are pieces that you can use in your art. You can glue them together to make paper. You can cut out shapes. You can make journal tags or tip-ins or different things for your journals. They could even be covers for your journals. The paper could be you could cover the cardboard that you make a journal out of. The thing I might do is try to get some designs that I pull, and these are on tissue paper or deli paper, maybe deli paper, or maybe both. I don't remember. I did these a long time ago, and I really like how they look. They're distressed looking, and I just draw a design on the jelly plate and then let it dry with the paper on there and pull it, and that can be used. So I'm thinking I want to try that on the cardstock scraps that I've got, but we'll see. We'll see when the time comes. I might use the small jelly plate here. I might use the big one. I haven't decided yet, so get your jelly plate ready. Thanks for being here. I appreciate it. I hope that I'll see you in the next video, and have a great whatever it is. I'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.